Hello and welcome to episode 328 of the Player One podcast for Monday, February 4th, 2013. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. Hey, it's Puppy Bowl weekend here as we record the podcast, and with me as always is my co-host, a starting player on the Puppy Bowl. His name is Smuckers, Mr. Poppy Ball. Hello, Smuckers.
Woof?
Woof.
I guess. Really...
Remember when CJ didn't try?
And joining us from Canada
those are the days.
is another Puppy Bowl player. His name's Cujo today. Mr. Greg Stewart. Cujo, hello.
That one made me smile.
All right, and joining us from, I had to take a drink there in the middle of that, sponsored by Coke Zero. Cherry.
I can see the box in the background there, replacing your DVD collection.
No, the DVDs are still there.
Look at that. Oh, there they are. And Mike's got a Coke Zero as well.
Pardon me, those are Blu-rays.
Oh, and joining us from the great state of Utah is Beethoven. We call him Beethoven. Mr. Mike Phillips. Hello, Beethoven.
Hello, I'm fixing to hump your leg.
Yes.
Just another week on the Player One podcast.
Please.
How's everybody doing?
Super
Phil?
good. Phil's still sick from what I understand.
I've been horrendously sick for the past couple of weeks. So
you sat out last week's episode?
I did. You'll note I am enjoying some Gatorade this week.
Gatorade Blue.
You gotta replace those electrolytes from when you hurl.
Oh, let me tell you. There's a reason I'm drinking Gatorade today.
Because you've been hurling.
Yikes.
Not today, but recently.
Can we get a live hurl on the Google Hangout?
We'll work on it.
I want to see a live
unboxing of your stomach contents.
It was holy cow, man!
Please do it in the Bane voice if you can. That's what everybody wants. Everyone wants to see you puke in the Bane voice.
I'm feeling a bit queasy today. Perhaps I should not have eaten all that shrimp while my stomach was not in the best of shape.
In the mask, no less.
In the mask, yeah.
Just starts.
Then you got to replace that mask.
Just hose it down.
It's good stuff. So, February, huh? Turning out to be a big month already. Sony, of course, making some headlines by
how so, CJ?
An event on the 20th.
Oh, yeah?
Covering the future of PlayStation. Come see the future of PlayStation.
I love the future.
Yeah. So
you ready for new consoles, Mike?
I'm ready for a new console.
What about two released in the span of 30 days of each other? What do you think about that?
I'm ready for a new console.
What if they were priced $5.99 and $6.99?
I'm ready for a new video card.
Exactly. So this is, I guess, the first salvo, and it's kind of surprising to me after Kaz Hirai made those comments at CES that they were going to allow Microsoft to make the first move.
It's all game plan.
Smoke and mirrors.
It's all posturing.
Yes. And I guess we'll be seeing PlayStation 4 on the 20th.
It's pretty exciting.
Or at least some nice sizzle reel footage on the 20th.
Yeah.
I wonder how many USB ports the thing's going to have between now and when it's released.
It's the HDMI ports that could drive 4 displays that I'm most interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you're excited to get a new console or not, though, it's fun to see all of this shit go down. I'm excited to see all of the craziness that happens between now and when they actually launch and everybody's inevitably a little bit let down.
Yeah. I mean, with Microsoft, the rumor now is that they're going to announce something in March, which would go well with GDC. And then we'll have, I'm sure months and months of no information and then some stuff at E3. And, yeah, it'll be a good fall. It'll be a good, interesting fall.
I think so.
Getting bored.
What?
It just popped up that Phil has added Google Effects, so...
What does that mean?
I think that's the sign for us to move along in this conversation.
Okay.
It doesn't mean anything. I don't
The
know.
new Mario music, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
No,
So-
one of the things that I was really glad to hear about, because Edge ran an article
Yeah.
just about all the information they have, and the thing that made me the happiest in that article was hearing that they've really apparently gone back to basics, and they're trying to be very developer friendly this time around. They realized that they were, the hardware was a little too arcane, I guess,
Yeah.
for the previous two systems, really. So it's really nice to hear that, because I mean that was the thing that Sony got so much good press about way back in the PlayStation 1, was that it was just such a developer-friendly system, and they were such a developer-friendly company. But then, like all of us who were working at the magazine after that heard all this, that with the PS2 they started to go away from that. And really what held the PS2 was that it was just so extremely popular from a consumer's perspective that you kind of had to support it. Of course, PS3 wasn't like that, so I'm glad to hear they're going back the other direction.
Yeah, PS2 was kind of the anomaly because historically the systems that are tough for developers are the ones that didn't make it, right? Like
Right.
the Saturn was a huge ball ache for developers, and it ended up getting screwed.
And I mean, this time around, same thing, right? Like the Xbox is pretty much a PC,
Right.
really. So it's familiar dev environment.
Yeah, and that Edge piece also ran some rumors about the controller, right?
Yes.
That in the center of the DualShock, you're going to have a touchpad, and they're adding a share button to the DualShock, which will probably allow you to take pictures and maybe stream video from console. I think the rumor is that it'll save the last 15 minutes of footage.
15 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Oh,
That sounds
man.
awesome.
Yeah, my penis and Uno are really excited about that.
Yeah.
What? What?
Because that's the only thing
There
you'll
was,
be
like,
doing.
Zero reaction from anyone.
It's not like it's a camera, Phil. You're going to be sharing.
You're recording game. It's just gonna.
Game
Phil's channel is
footage.
gonna be nothing but Dynasty Warriors footage.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, I meant I like rubbing my penis on touchscreens.
Oh, okay. Well, yes. Using your one touch control. Anyway.
It's how Phil can use the Wii U controller and never take his eyes away from the main screen.
That's right. Gotta play my balloon fight somehow.
All right.
Doesn't work like that.
Did you pick up Balloon Fight?
by the way,
30 cents.
listening to you idiots last week, I was not on the show last week, but I believe this was pointed out on our forums, but, oh, Balloon Fight's a great game. No, I wouldn't buy it for 30 cents. Yeah, Balloon Fight kind of sucks, but I bought it. Minute one, I was right there. What's wrong with you people?
What's wrong with which one of us?
Both of
one?
you. Both of you.
Well,
The guy who hates it bought it, and the guy who likes it is like, 30 cents is a
The
little
guy who
too
likes it has like 5 different copies of it on different devices. Why the hell would I want another one?
30 cents.
30 cents.
30 cents. It's just another icon that's going to sit on the screen and never get used.
I bought it.
Yeah, I know
30
you
cents.
did.
30 cents. And
I
shame on
I
you for
don't
not
see
having
the
the
point.
list of other titles.
All right.
Super
F-Zero,
Metroid.
Punch-Out, Super
Super
Metroid.
Metroid.
Donkey
30 cents
Kong.
for Super Metroid.
See
Donkey
that there's
Kong.
something there's something I would probably grab.
Super Metroid's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But 30 cents just doesn't mean I'm automatically getting everything that comes out for 30 cents.
Well, I think
It's not the price, it's the
30
idea of having it and never using
30 cents is less than a Doritos Tacos Locos.
it.
I believe it was George Bush who said, "A penny saved is a penny earned." So
That's true.
That's a good mantra to live by.
Is it the first George Bush?
I don't know. One of them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try out the Virtual Console system. The
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah, it's neat on the little controller screen there.
yeah, it's nice.
Not
Nice.
bad,
And
right?
I had like $10 in credit for the digital download promotion, so I paid nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nothing is a pretty good price.
Nothing,
Yeah.
also a good price. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you have a stray 70 cents, though, that you'll never even out again. Oh, no, wait, you
Until
can
they start
add...
You
offering
can add
Doritos
the
Tacos
exact
Locos.
amount.
That's right, you can add exact amounts now
Exactly.
through Nintendo.
Yeah.
So you're...
This isn't Microsoft we're talking about.
That's true.
Ooh,
It's true.
More
sick
allergies.
burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
So-
PlayStation 4 reveal.
I want one.
You sight unseen.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I
It
don't
is
know
going
what
to be
it
the
does,
only
but I
system
want
that has Uncharted or The Last of Us or whatever the hell we're going to have next. So
Yeah, what do you think they're going to launch with? Are we going to see a new Uncharted, or is
Uncharted
Last of Us-
crossed The Last of Us.
No,
Oh, my.
yeah. What are we
Gran
excited
Turismo
about?
6.
Killzone 4.
I'm sure they will
Infamous
show
3,
Gran Turismo
and
6,
something else.
but
I'm sure they will show a target video of Gran Turismo 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we may be playing 4 years from now.
4?
Sure.
It's a little generous.
Tell me it wasn't worth the wait, though.
Oh, I'm not complaining. I'm just
All right.
making an observation.
It's
There you
insightful.
I know. That's what I do.
so let's talk about some
Yeah.
games. What do you think about that?
I just did. Gran Turismo 6.
I like games.
Let's talk about PlayStation games, right?
I like
Nino
PlayStation
Kuni?
games.
Like PlayStation 1?
Like Jet Moto?
Like Crash Bandicoot?
Let it be known that for some reason, if you say, Phil, name a PS1 game, the first one that pops into my head is Jet Moto.
Really?
I apparently.
For me, it's too
Construction
extreme.
Too
also a good one.
extreme.
I love to street luge.
Oh my god, that game.
What
Can't-
was the
you can't stop
first?
me from street luging.
What was Two Extreme's predecessor called?
ESPN Extreme, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Did it get retconned into One Extreme at some point, like for greatest hits release?
I
No.
don't think so.
I don't think.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
That may have been the game that you picked up based on the fantastic 1980s supergroup Extreme,
Yes.
featuring Gary Sharon and
More Than
Nuno
Words.
Betancourt. Yep. What kind of name is Nuno Betancourt? That's what I want to know. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? It did. ESPN Extreme Sports, upon its greatest hits release, was the name was changed to One Extreme.
That
That's
makes
stupid.
it even dumber. That's fine.
Wow.
I kind of want it now.
There,
Yeah.
right there.
No, I still prefer the old. ESPN Extreme would probably have been in one of the the big old jewel cases they bought from Sega, right?
It was in
Oh,
it was in the big kind of cardboard.
Oh, it was in the cardboard.
Cardboard,
Okay.
yeah.
So it wasn't a launch game
transition
then.
ones.
Okay. So remember all their launch games coming in those big jewel cases.
Yeah, they came in the big cardboard things.
Yeah.
They did until they ran out of those.
A lot of
cardboard
PlayStation games. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's the way it worked.
I think
All I
Canada
know
got
is that they were
hosed.
getting them from there.
Whoa! Put those eyes
Yikes.
away, buddy. Holy cow!
Yeah. Should we talk about some Nino Kuni? Since Phil's here now, and he's played some as well.
I like
No
that
spoilers,
idea.
Phil.
Huh?
No spoilers.
Turns out that Mr. Drippy is the
Talks
guy
a lot.
who kills your mother.
Oh yeah, go ahead
Wow.
and do your Mr. Drippy impression. Somebody requested.
Mr. Drippy, look at me! Here I go! I got a latchet in my nose. What?
That's not
Isn't
very.
that sounds like a Fix It Felix Jr. impression.
If it's possible, that is worse
It
than your
does.
Milo.
Aww.
That is worse.
Shucks. I don't really have a Mr. Trippy.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Everyone knows I'm like, oh,
That's
Phil,
going-
Mr. Trippy.
You know
Well,
what? That
thank you.
actually makes the fact that we're going to be talking about this game for about 10 months a little more palatable. You don't have
Well.
a voice to go along with
Well, okay. I'll work on one though.
it. Yeah.
So does your no spoilers thing, Greg, mean that you have not played this?
I have not played any this week. I was traveling the beginning of the week, so
I
haven't gotten
honestly-
any further than I was last week.
I didn't play a whole lot either, but just because I was so friggin' sick this week.
Scream is
too
covered
sick
in
to actually
vomit.
Sit around and play a video game.
Hmm.
Yeah, how far did you guys get? I listened to the show last week.
I'm in the
so
same place as I was last week, so I'm almost at the desert.
CJ, stop
Okay.
playing it.
I'm
Okay.
done. I'm done.
It's never getting played again by CJ.
Mike?
I'm about 25 hours in, and I cannot stop.
Damn!
Wow.
Holy cow. Well, Mike, I will tell you where I am. I just stopped the volcano,
Okay. Yep.
which is admittedely not that
That's not
far
very
out
far.
of the desert.
The second part of the demo, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's better in the game, but yes, I mean, just
Yes.
because you have context and you know what
Because
the
it
hell you're
makes
doing.
sense.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually not that far past the desert, CJ. So I'm not, I'm maybe a couple hours ahead of you.
Okay.
So
Playing
You're
on
not-
easy,
but,
I would assume. Or are you doing normal?
oh no, because I'm not a pussy.
Wow.
Here's the thing about
Jesus.
playing on easy that I think makes me prefer it. So in any of these games, you can kind of find the one or two things that you know are going to work, and then you just kind of spam those over and over again.
Right.
Playing on easy, you don't have to worry about that so much, so you can actually experiment with all of the abilities of the other characters and see things that work and are interesting and more fun to do. So I'm kind of liking that, and it might make me switch to normal, seeing now that I know strengths and weaknesses and what things work out well in that. So it's worth it, I think, to play it on easy for a minute, just so you don't have to worry about dying, basically.
I plan to play it on easy for about 50 hours.
Same here.
For the record, I am playing it on easy.
It is possible
exactly.
to die.
I knew it. I knew it.
Even on easy, it's possible to die against the bosses if you don't know what to do, and some
That's
of them
true.
are.
Hey, you know
things
what?
that you need to know what to do.
It has a lot in common with Paper Mario Sticker Star in that regard.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Are you still playing that? Are any of you still playing that?
It's kind of been put on the back burner for the next
How far did you
foreseeable
get?
future. Not far.
Okay.
Not far.
I was having a bitching session about it at dinner with a couple of friends last night, and they were listeners of the podcast, and they were noticing that you and CJ had stopped talking about it altogether, so just assumed that you'd given up in frustration like I want to.
Yeah, I just kind of... it's not really hooking me.
Okay.
It's not really hooking me.
It doesn't get any better, Phil.
Yeah.
So,
Is
sorry, I
Nino
didn't mean to...
hooking you.
Yeah, I didn't mean to derail.
So... But, pretty much all of my comments about Ni no Kuni are stuff that you guys talked about last week. I obviously love the game, the graphics, the music. It's just it's full of charm, and any actual talking I do about the game is just going to be a repeat of last week. So go listen to the other three guys talk about Ni no Kuni last week, and you will have my opinion on it. But it's fantastic.
I'm 25 hours in. I still can't come up with anything bad to say about it, which I think is a pretty damn good sign. I love that it's not like, I don't know, it's kind of pure. It's not some kind of postmodern deconstruction of a JRPG or a self-aware satirical send-up of video games or a commentary on the irony of turn-based combat or any of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's like no winks and nods, no references. It's just a pure, unapologetic, damn near perfect execution of an old genre, and I love it. It's awesome.
And the battle system, how you guys were talking about it last week, just how it does really encourage a lot of experimentation and a lot of sort of mixing up your techniques. I know, I don't play a lot of RPGs, but on the occasions that I do, I would tend to find like one attack for each character and just build that one up the whole time. Whereas this one, it really does encourage you to start mixing them up, and then swapping characters out on the fly during fights is just a lot of fun, and it really sort of makes the battles a lot more enjoyable than just the standard tapping through the menus.
When cel shading first started being a thing back in the end of the Dreamcast era, I thought, wow, cel shading looks great. How can this ever look better than this? And Ni no Kuni, man, looks so good. Just such a beautiful game.
Yeah.
But there are times when it cuts to a cinematic, and before a character walks onto the screen, there'll be a moment where I'm not sure if it's going to be a pre-rendered scene or if it's going to be one of the fully animated Ghibli scenes, just because the backgrounds look so just hand drawn. So
and it does some really interesting things later on. Like you're nearing the point, Phil, where you're going to have 3 people in your party, each with 3 familiars, and then combat gets nutso.
Oh,
but
man.
there are some things where it changes up. There's one level that is a side-scrolling view for a while, and it's interesting. Yeah, it does some cool stuff.
That's awesome. And I don't think you guys mentioned last week that the soundtrack is done by it's done by Joe Hisaishi, who does the soundtracks for just about all of the Studio Ghibli movies.
Yep.
So just really.
And that sounds great too.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah, I didn't know the
beautiful
name,
soundtrack.
but I think I mentioned, the soundtrack's just exceptional. Like, the music's gorgeous in that game.
Yes, and holy cow, I really want to live in Ding Dong Dell. I spent way more time just kind of wandering around.
Because of the cat people? Is this like a furry thing? Or okay.
Not
Because
so
that's what
much a
CJ
furry-
said, too.
Right.
Not so much a furry thing as it is. I really like having my tummy kneaded. You know,
Oh, okay,
having
right.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
and
But
it's
you'd rather have like
Yeah.
a human-sized animal doing that than a...
well, you get
than a
more
little-
surface coverage
True,
in
yeah,
that
that's
case.
true.
You know, but
I'm also becoming really attached to my familiars. I love little
yeah.
geese and Gerstmann and Klepek and McElroy and Herb. They've all become fast friends.
Aww.
Yep.
Are you
Pretty soon I'm
actually-
going to name one Theobald.
Oh, I hope so.
Yep.
Oh man.
I like that little clap that you just did. That was fun.
Yeah, I know. You seem very excited about it.
Yay! I'm going to get a familiar. and the game is full of stupid puns and crap like that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So I like that. And man, it's this is the point where I'm kicking myself for not springing for that Wizard Edition.
Yeah.
And by spring for the Wizard Edition, I mean take the chance that if
You
I
might get
ordered
fucked
one, I
up with
would
a Wizard
get
Edition.
one.
You might
Yeah.
actually get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Put my
Yeah.
name into the random lottery drawing to get a Wizard Edition, but
But then, if you knew that they were selling for 4 times what you paid, would you have turned around and sold it after that?
no.
No?
Yeah, what do I look like? A dirty scalper?
See, I don't normally do stuff like that either, but I don't know. That would have been
No,
pretty...
I'm no scalper. I would have bought a second one to scalp.
Of
I
course.
keep mine. No, I just
Fair
want
enough.
the I just want that physical copy of the Wizard's Companion.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Extremely
when I you know when they were first selling the Wizard Edition, they listing the things it comes with, and it comes with a exclusive familiar, whatever, and what else? Oh, the little drippy plushie, which
Yeah.
is cute, but
Yeah.
and then it's the 300-page Wizard's Companion, which could be I had no idea what that meant. Is
Yeah,
it
precisely.
like a thick pamphlet? Is it mostly an art book? Is it just
Yeah.
something crappy that I wouldn't be interested in? And then I get the game and I load it up, and it's like, oh, you can read the Wizard's Companion in the game, and it's I love the interface with it in the game, just kind of zooming into the pages and being able to read it. But as soon as I saw what it looked like in the game, I was like, oh crap, this would be really cool to have for realsies. So
Definitely.
I'm bummed. So if someone wants to send me one, tell you what, if someone sends me their copy of the Wizard's Companion, I will do an entire show in a Mr. Drippy voice.
Oh, Jesus.
How about
In
that?
the bad one, or the are you find a good
well,
Mr. Drippy voice?
It will be one of my voices, so of course it will be bad, but I will make it more authentically bad.
Okay.
If that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
Fair
I
enough.
just get uncomfortable when Phil starts asking for free shit on the show.
That's right.
All right. Speaking of free shit, I think this is free. The Ghostbusters game on iOS.
Oh yeah. It's a free to play game.
That's right.
I-
From Beeline
which I-
Interactive.
Decided to check out.
Am
I the only one?
Capcom.
No,
What's
I
that?
played it too.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
What'd you think?
I think it is very much like Jurassic Park Builder in its free-to-play model.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. Like I was glad that they got the music in there, and it
Yeah.
sort of has a little Ghostbusters flavor to it, even though it's pretty limited in terms of the art, and it's kind of generic. But
Yeah, it's kind of just flash, kind of
Exactly.
cheap flash animation, but
yep,
yeah, it's actually a surprisingly decent little free to play game.
it's pretty cool.
What's the gameplay like? Because I saw some screenshots of it, like from the side. So it's not like a resource management type game, right? Like how does
Kinda.
it play?
Yeah, I mean,
kind of, but
there's
there's
some
some
of
action
that.
stuff to it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? In a weird sort of sense, it vaguely reminds me of the old Activision Ghostbusters game.
Like the C64.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Just because
Right.
of the city and yeah.
yeah, where you start off kind of collecting equipment at your headquarters, and then you choose on the map where you need to go, and then once you're there, there's a simple little action scene where you catch the ghosts. And this one you have the 3 characters with you, and they're all like no names.
Yeah, they're generics.
Yeah, you have to pay to use the real 4 Ghostbusters. But,
okay. Sneaky.
Yes, that's how they get you.
And the 3 characters are different character classes, so they have different abilities, and one of them is a healer, so that as you're getting beaten up, you can use the healer to get your strength back. You can move them all around independently and then choose which ghost or thing they're going to attack, and that's one of the only things that's kind of a drag, is they sometimes automatically move and they get all bunched up so that it's hard to select one individually, and that really kind of pisses me off. But otherwise the little action scenes are easy enough and kind of fun, but they're very limited on interactivity and things that you actually need to do. It takes a while before you even encounter an enemy that requires you to move. Normally you can just stand there and blast them into oblivion. So
true. Yeah, but it's a decent little game. It's certainly worth checking out just to try, play for half an hour or something and see what you think. But
you can get enough out of it for free. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure at what point I would spend money on this game. It doesn't. There's just not enough to it.
CJ has this thing where if you can control Dan Aykroyd in a game, you must control Dan Aykroyd, so you might have to spend the $5 or whatever it is. So
CJ shows his love for Canada.
I bought Blues Brothers 2000 for the N64 just control Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. I believe I have. I believe I have Blues Brothers 2000 for N64.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why in the world do 2 out of 4 of us have Blues Brothers 2000 for the N64?
I don't have. To be completely clear, I was just making a joke.
I read an article about it in EGM years ago, and that prompted me to buy it.
I heard it had clawed its way to the top of the yarn ball.
Yeah, I'm not quoted on the Blues Brothers 2000 box or anything, but...
But if you were, it would say clawed back to the top of the yarn ball. I see.
Actually, it would say clawed back to the top of the jukebox?
All right. To the top of the charts?
Of Aretha Franklin.
All right.
Whoa. I want to claw my way to the top of Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
Yes. RESPECT.
Yes, you'll find out what it means to me.
All right, that's slightly frightening. Let's talk about tabletop racing, because this is one I'm kind of curious about.
What's this about?
New iOS racer from the people who brought us Wipeout.
Yeah, some of the guys from Studio Liverpool have made a new...
Wait, which Wipeout? The futuristic racer or the
not the
wacky
TV show.
Game show? No.
The racer.
Formerly Studio Liverpool. So it's like a Micro Machines kind of thing. You have
Phil.
Jesus. What?
You have Mike.
A bunch of... It's not the game show. I don't care.
Aww.
I'm kidding. Wipeout's a fantastic game.
$3, no sale.
This is like a kart racer, right? Plus, they're going to want to upsell you, by the way, Greg. So just so you know, $3 ain't the end of it.
It is for me.
It looks pretty cool in the screenshots. It's not very cool when you play it.
Oh, really?
The way it plays is...
did they make bull shots?
No, that's... It just is kind of slow.
Well, there's
not a whole lot happening on the screen, and everything's really, really boxy. They have good textures, but everything is really, really boxy.
Yeah, it's worth noting when you go to buy it, the screenshots that they have, not one of them are actual, not that it looks like it's the engine, but it's not how the game would look when you're playing it. Not from the right angle.
It's kind of bare bones, too. So the way you control it is a thumb on the left side and a thumb on the right side of the screen to steer, and acceleration is automatic.
Okay, so it's like that Repulse game that came out a month or two ago.
The problem with that is because you can't accelerate or reverse or anything, if you bump into the side of the track or somehow get hung up, it just automatically resets you. There's no fixing it yourself, and it's a little bit
Hmm.
It's a little bit itchy on the trigger on that. So if you go like slightly off course, it resets you, and that's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
And it's kind of slow, and it's kind of bare bones, and the enemy, or I guess not, enemy AI is really, really dumb. What they do is they make all of the cars faster than you, so on the straightaway they blow by you, but then they're so inept in the turns that you can catch up and pass them, which is not great. And it's it advertises that it has 10 unique tracks, which is kind of a lie. There are 3 or 4 different themes that it puts new tracks on. So there's one that's like a picnic, and one that's a toy store, and one that's in a garage. And then there's the one that it starts you on is like a table in a restaurant, a sushi restaurant, so there's little sushi plates and stuff all over, but it begins, just in case you can't tell that you're in a sushi restaurant, the music begins with the Oriental riff, just so that it's slightly raised as well, which is kind of nice. So that's the very first thing.
Which Oriental riff is that?
The traditional.
That one?
That is the exact one. That is called the Oriental riff, and it is a nice Asian cliche that was invented by white people to signify, here comes some wacky Asian fun. So that's the first thing you're greeted by when you start a race. The very first race is oh my god. Great.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
If there's still time, instead you should go to IGN gives away a free app every month, and this month they're giving away Need for Speed Most Wanted, and it's pretty damn good on the iPad.
Okay.
Yeah. It has tilt controls, which I know is not optimal, but they actually work pretty well, and they've instituted a couple new things. So when you tilt to turn, if you tap the right-hand side of the screen, it engages a drift. So it's easy to drift in the game, which is pretty cool. And you just swipe up with your thumb to use your nitrous. And the speed wall thing includes friends from other platforms, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
I don't know, or at least it seems to, unless all my friends just have it on every platform ever. But it's pretty impressive as an iOS game. Pretty full-featured.
Speaking of racing games, have you guys heard about the 90s arcade racer?
Yeah, I saw it on Kickstarter.
Yes.
Apparently the guy just made a deal to publish to the Wii U.
It's called the 90s Arcade Racer?
Yeah, it's actually called the 90s Arcade Racer.
Is it like a Cruisin' World kind of thing?
It really looks like a Model 2 arcade.
It looks
maybe
very
Model
similar
3.
to Daytona. Actually.
Yeah, very much.
It's got all of the track cliches that 90s arcade racers had.
He's on Kickstarter. He needs £10,000, and as of right now, he's up to 9,400. So it looks like he's funded. He's got 2 weeks left. The video looks really nice, actually.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth checking out.
I'll have to check that. I wish it was more like Cruisin', though. That's when I started playing Need for Speed: The Run. I had this secret fantasy that it would be like Cruisin' USA or Cruisin' World, and
I had the secret fantasy to be a really good game.
Well, that was that game was kind of bad.
Ouch. All right, should we talk about Skulls of the Shogun since that came out last week?
No one else played the demo but me?
I played the demo also.
Oh, okay.
I've heard about this game for so long that I feel like I've already played it, beat it, and sold it.
Yeah, it's been around for years, huh? 17
Go ahead,
videos.
What do you think of it?
Jake Casdell. I thought the demo was good. I love the art style. Everything looks great. I'm not really a strategy RPG kind of person, so I don't know.
I liked it because I'm not really a strategy RPG person too much either, but I like sort of the lighter ones, and it seems like this is one of those. I enjoyed the demo a lot, actually. It seems like there's some really cool mechanics at work, really simple mechanics at work, so you don't have to worry too much about keeping track of everybody, really.
That's true.
Sounds kind of stupid for a game like this, but it's true. You're limited to actually fewer number of moves than you have units.
Yeah, 5, right?
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. I'm not really sure if I'm sold on that aspect of it yet, but for the demo it seemed nice. And I also like the idea of the spirit wall, where when you end your turn, you try to place your characters kind of in these
together.
like interlocking positions, and that apparently keeps anybody from getting through. Because the whole idea is that the main character can't die. If he dies, the whole game ends. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's really nice. It's got a really nice art style. So it got some good writing.
Special guest on the show, real quick. Finn is up from his nap, so
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go get him. I'll be right back.
Sweet.
The writing is pretty nice as well. It's pretty funny. I think it's done with the 8-4 guys actually.
Yeah, Mark McDonald
Yeah.
contributed to the script. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the writing was really funny.
Yeah, I dig it. It's on my short list. I didn't jump and buy it right away, but I'm gonna keep it in mind for
How
if
much
I'm
is
looking
it?
for a game like that. I think it's 1,200.
Okay, and you can get it on the
Maybe
360,
800.
right? Because I know it was like the poster child for
It's
Windows
gonna be on
8 tablets
everything
or something.
Yeah, it's like
360, Windows 8, and Windows Phone 8.
yeah.
Yeah, not everything, because you can't get it
Surface.
on Windows 7, which I think is
Oh yeah. Well, I
shenanigans,
should have
but
said that.
whatever.
I think it's Microsoft's kind of using it as one of the sort of pushing live on Windows 8.
right.
So
Yeah.
It works pretty well on the 360 though, with a controller. It's not like
Yeah,
I
a
dig
mouse.
it's definitely not set up that way. It's free movement. Like you're not locked to a grid or anything. Basically, when you select a character, you see like a halo around them.
Valkyria Chronicles actually with the movement a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what it
so you
sounded
see,
like.
like,
I
a-
actually heard people on podcasts saying what a revolution it was in strategy RPGs because there was no grid, and I kept thinking, I'm pretty sure
Valkyria.
there have been a lot of strategy RPGs that do that, including Valkyria Chronicles.
The other thing is too, like, and I don't know what the range setup really works like. If it's better if you're closer to an enemy, but as soon as you get near an enemy that you can attack, the enemy will start to flash. So you don't have to like position yourself really precisely whenever you want to fight another enemy, which I kind of like. It seems very, it's just really user friendly as far as the interface goes.
Sounds
Yeah,
cool.
I dig it.
agree.
But
Pretty cool.
should I spend $15 on that, or should I spend the $40 on Fire Emblem this week?
Yeah,
Kind of feels like maybe Fire Emblem.
I'm kind of feeling Fire Emblem as well. Fire Emblem was giving me that Shining Force vibe that I'm looking for.
Aha. Yeah, I want Fire Emblem.
I don't know when I'm going to find time to play it, but I might grab it as well. The Shop of the Future had a deal on this week. You could trade in certain games for $40 gift certificate. So I got rid of Nintendo Land.
Oh no!
$40.
Now you could rebuy it for how much was it on the store that DJ was
Yeah.
plotting?
That's what's going to pay for Sly. So I might take the jump.
Oh man,
God,
this
it's
week,
a fucking big week already. Jesus.
Dead Space 3 and
I completely forgotten I
Sly Cooper.
pre-ordered Dead Space. I just got the email yesterday. It's like, oh, your Dead Space 3 is shipped. Yay!
So Dead Space, Sly, and Fire Emblem are all this week, right?
Yeah,
God
Yep.
damn it.
Fire Emblem today, right?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, next. Oh, really? It
I
doesn't
think
come
it's a
out-
Monday
I
release.
thought
Yeah.
it was Sunday releases. Interesting.
Well, they do for the games that are more kid friendly.
Really?
They don't for Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I just assumed they were all Sundays.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a rare Monday or Tuesday release for Nintendo.
So I need to finish hating Hard Paper Mario so I can sell that as well.
Yeah. All right. Should we talk about the P1P RPG real quick?
I've heard of this.
It's, yeah, I didn't play it, but Pete Dodd finished his Player One podcast RPG.
You didn't
and
play it?
Released it to the world. No, I got to install Windows on my machine first, and then I can play it. But I think this is going to actually push me over the edge.
This is the killer app. This is the Windows
The
killer app for you.
Windows.
That's
yeah,
good.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
So you'll have to tell me all about it.
Is the company name. It's doddscientifics.com.
Did you do his logo?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, look, it's Phil Theobald.
I'm back.
Did you just smother the kid or what?
Don't worry about it.
You just needed a pacifier.
Just gave him a macaroni and cheese popsicle and sent him back to bed.
Gave him an Italian pacifier?
No,
What's that?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just didn't come up with it.
No, he just needed a little rocking, and he went back to sleep. So
Like Freddie Mercury? Like that kind of rocking? Queen? No? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needed.
You
know what?
Hey, P1P
you know what
RPG.
song?
Yeah.
You know what song always gets my kid to just calm down
Which one?
when I sing it to him?
Enya?
And I'm not making this, huh? No, although he does enjoy Enya when it's Betty Bye time. But
Who doesn't?
whenever I need my kid to calm down, I just start singing him Helter Skelter, and he just starts bopping. He loves Helter Skelter. So
I hope you don't do the shitty U2 version.
oh, you two did a version of that?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Ooh,
But I mean, I guess that's a little bit redundant since it is U2.
Dun, dun,
Touche.
dun.
Touche.
Not a big fan of the Joshua Tree.
Not a big fan of U2. I think they, what's the word? Suck.
All right.
Wow.
So the P1P
So what's
RPG,
this?
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I finished
Say
it, by the way.
big thanks to Pete Dodd, by the way. This is like a labor of love for
seriously.
him. We didn't ask him to
cow.
do it.
Very
He,
cool.
He put a lot of time into it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did, and it's pretty awesome. I have not had a chance to finish it yet. Because, oh, hey, guess what? My PC's crapping out on me.
Oh.
Should have gone with the
So-
Mac.
Well, I have, but that's what I'm doing this on right now. But
Good man.
you know, when I have a computer I want to do things with, I need my PC. So I may be in the market for a new PC soon.
Sweet.
Boot camp.
Yeah.
Game is not very long. It's a couple of hours. It can
Right.
be a little bit longer if you're scouring the landscape looking for everything. And if you get he's made some quests to get like legendary weapons for each of the characters, and that makes
really?
the game considerably
Oh, nice.
easier. Yeah, each one of you guys has a set of 4 pieces to get your legendary weapon.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
And in the end, you learn it actually tells kind of an origin story of sorts, which is pretty
Right.
fun. Yeah. So
I-
there are tons of cameos from
Yeah.
forum dwellers and whatnot. Some a little more fleshed out than others. Some of them are really funny with his sort of spoofs of how they behave on the forums, which is kind of fun. But
I just
Is
love that it seems
Tiguriot
to.
there?
Oh yeah.
Tiguriot? Excellent.
I love how it seems random. I don't know if it's random or not. Every now and then it'll just pop up and say, "In case you forgot, you're playing the P1P RPG,"
yeah,
which is just hilarious. It's just the first time that
That's
happened,
awesome.
I lost it.
That's excellent.
Now, I was flipping through the dialogue boxes a little too quickly though. Right after the part where I join the party, there's some dude that you fight. Who was he?
I don't even know what we're talking about. I haven't gotten that far
that
yet.
wasn't a dude. That was a chick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the joke. You see, it was Pete's wife.
Oh,
it's-
okay.
Mike got it.
Yeah. I did.
My-
So how
Got it.
many lines of dialogue did you have when Phil joins up? How long did it go?
Not enough.
because I beta tested this a little bit, and I think you had like 6 panes of dialogue when you
Yeah.
joined up there, and my feedback mostly was that Phil's not talking enough. So
I have to say
Yeah, he
my
could have asked me.
favorite characterization in the entire game is what he did with shop owner Dammit Matt. And anyone who visits the forums and then visits Dammit Matt's shop will definitely laugh. It's good stuff.
there goes Phil.
Oh, we lost Phil.
Yep. Finn pulled the plug. I also love the addition of, what's his name? One of our old hosts.
Dormer?
Dan Dormer,
How he just keeps popping up and disappearing.
promising to join.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's a nice
That's
touch.
pretty great. I'm going to have to play this now. I'm going to have to get Windows on here.
Hey,
Well,
it
you
don't
should.
cost
You have to
nothing.
play it anyway. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
free. Actually, so it's Dodd Scientifics. Is doddscientifics.com. DODD scientifics.com. You can download it from there. It's for Windows, and you can also donate, which hopefully
Yeah.
people will, because
Yeah.
he put a lot of time into this. It's really an impressive result, actually, and it's flattering.
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine what the third, second, and first best podcasts on NeoGAF will get for their
Yeah, right.
video game.
You know?
It's true.
Oh, wait, they don't
Insane.
have
Hey,
one.
there's Phil.
And we can't hear him because he's on.
There, I'm
Hi,
back.
Phil.
Ah, I got booted out for some reason.
That's weird.
Greg.
Glance.
I didn't do
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
All right, what do you say we take a break here at this point and then come back and do some tweets? Yeah?
Alright.
Whatever.
Tweets?
Whatever.
Whatevs.
Alrighty.
When all alone in my chair, I just go about wishing. Wanna be strong, really wanna be trusted.
And we're back. Hey,
We are?
in case you forgot to record, you're listening to the PlayStation podcast.
The PlayStation. Way to screw up the dig there, CJ.
Damn it!
Oh my god.
You're listening to the PlayStation
Now
1
who's a-
Player 1
Now
podcast.
who's an idiot?
This is
Now
Bush
who's
League.
the idiot?
This is Bush League.
It is you who are the ball lickers.
That's excellent.
Yes.
All right, so you know what we do after a break? We're
What?
going to read
Go
an
potty?
iTunes review. What do you think about that? Because we got a new one. Hey, a new
Oh,
one.
yeah? Did we?
Yeah, we did. A new 5-star review. This is
Should
good.
seriously put those Blu-rays on a shelf or something. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
weird
for
place
God's
for 'em.
sake, man. You're in your mid-30s. It's time to put things where they belong.
It's like your kitchen counter or something.
Yes.
And there's Greg eating an orange.
I'm trying to ward off scurvy.
It's good and good for you. Oh, I bought some grapes yesterday. I need to dig into those grapes.
All right, so let's do this iTunes review
Okay.
from Hacker Alias Salted Snake.
Ah.
Says, "You guys, you're good, you."
Me?
It's the title of the review.
It's time to you.
Yeah.
All right then.
And he says, "I just want to say you guys are awesome. I listen
Thank
to your podcast while walking from place to place, and sometimes when you
Good time
guys
for it.
make jokes, I try so hard not to laugh in public because I look crazy.
Don't try.
So my face
try.
looks like I ate a sour lemon trying to hold it back.
Just
I
let
gotta
it go.
admit, half the games you guys talk about, I have no idea what they are, but that's the awesome part, is you teach me about them.
I am a
get
teacher.
jealous. Yeah, I do get jealous how you guys have the money to buy all these games.
It's called piracy.
So do our wives.
Piracy?
What?
First
What?
I've heard of that. Anyways, keep up the good work. And I donated a few times in the past
Oh.
and definitely will again soon.
Oh, that's sweet.
So thank you, Salted Snake, for the very kind review and
Yes.
the donations.
And generous donations.
And don't pirate games. That was a joke. That
And
was
don't
one of my trademark wacky quips.
Don't forget the milk! This is still my favorite. It's so funny.
That's very
Anyway. So
What's that voice you're using for the "Don't Forget the Milk" there?
I'm using that's my Phil imitation voice there.
What?
My Phil imitating.
Who am I imitating?
Don't
then?
forget the milk.
Don't forget the milk. Hey everybody! Don't forget the milk.
There you go.
Sound like Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph.
Who wants some candy?
Hmm.
There you go. Coming soon to Blu-ray.
Thank goodness, because my son will not stop asking about that movie.
Actually, I think
It's being
I
released digitally first this month.
yeah, like in a couple of days maybe. even.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
like I guess what, like you can get it on iTunes or something.
Yeah.
Huh. Pretty neat.
All right, let's read some tweets. This one from Hacker Alias S Green Burrito. Who
My
says,
favorite kind of burrito.
that he picked up
Soylent
Hitman.
green burrito.
Yes.
It's people!
Yep. I prefer a Soylent green chimichanga, which I guess is a burrito, just deep fried.
Yes.
Oh, it's a Mexican food.
Had
I
some
had
yesterday.
Mexican
It was
food
really
last
good.
night. Yeah.
Mm.
Mexican food's only good if it's covered in Doritos.
Cool Ranch?
Well,
Cool
supposedly,
Ranch.
I thought that was
supposedly-
actually a law down there.
Cool Ranch is an abomination.
They still make Cool Ranch Doritos?
What?
Cool
I have
Ranch
some
is wretched.
They're terrible.
I had Cool Ranch Doritos yesterday. In fact,
I have some
I'm a-
Cool
I'm a
Ranch
sweet-
Doritos right over there.
I'm a sweet chili heat man myself.
Sweet chili heat. That's what they used to call you back in
right.
college days, right?
I'll tell you what's cool about living in a state that is
Racist?
chock full of Hispanics. Every convenience store here has a section of Mexican delights.
Oh, yeah?
So they're not like, it's not like a Lynn Wilson's burrito. It's like actually from Mexico, right? And one of the other things that's interesting is a lot of the national brands have different flavors, different formulations, different snacks for the Hispanic market.
Because they're selling to people who actually know what that stuff is supposed to taste like.
I
As
guess.
opposed to
And
the
so-
Americans, they've tricked into thinking that's how things are supposed to taste.
Exactly. And Doritos is one such company, and I purchased a snack the other night that was delicious called Doritos Dinamitas, which means dynamite. So the I's in Dinamitas are little dynamite sticks.
Of course.
And they're little rolled up. They're like Doritos, but they're rolled up tight like a little taquito looking thing. And they were chili limon flavored. And they were so hot that I could not feel my goddamn tongue after the second one. And
That's awesome.
Nice.
so I highly recommend Doritos Dinamitas Chili Limon.
Man, I miss 3D Doritos.
Brought to you by
3D Doritos.
Do you remember 3D Doritos?
I remember that.
They were like
Yeah.
Doritos, but kind of puffed up, so they were almost like a small pillow.
He had to wear
Made out of
glasses to
Dorito?
eat them.
Yeah,
Special polarized glasses.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Some were blue, some were red.
they were tasty. Good.
Yeah. All right, so Green
Okay.
Burrito.
Yeah?
Soylent
Says,
Green.
uh,
Never mind.
What did he say
Says
about
that he-
Doritos? Sir, you have a question about Doritos.
No. No Doritos. How did we get on the Doritos? Anyway, he says that he picked up Hitman HD and noticed they made the art book the actual game case. Would you prefer this over a separate book and case? And I imagine what he's talking about is they do this sometimes for Blu-rays. They make like
Oh,
a
yeah, I
DVD
hate
book
those.
case.
Yeah, I
I
hate
hate
that.
that. I hate those.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that too. My copy of Big Lebowski is like that, and The Matrix.
I think my copy of Batman, the Tim Burton Batman, is like
Oh, yeah.
that as well.
Yep, mine is like that too.
My
yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors is of that ilk.
Yeah, I
So-
don't prefer that. Don't prefer
No,
that.
I don't either.
I'd rather have a separate thing. By the way,
rather
we
just
haven't
not
talked
have an
about
art book.
Hyrule Historia at all.
I just ordered that today.
I have my second copy of Hyrule Historia sitting here at the house.
What? Why do you have two copies?
One to resell. Scalping. No, because my first one was dented.
Like,
It
how
arrived-
severe a dent are we talking about, Phil?
Like a big chunk in the corner, kind of bent in, like someone kind of dropped it
Dropped
on
it?
its corner. Yeah.
Is
It's
it
not
really
an
that
uncommon.
bad, or is it just the
It's-
collector in you is?
It was kind of bad. The second copy that I got was also dented, but it's not quite as bad. So I'm
Mine's a little bit dented too.
at the I'm like, well, should I bother with that or just kind of accept this one? But yeah, the first one was actually pretty severely
Really
dented.
dented.
Yeah.
That's a great book, though, huh?
Oh, it is.
have-
It's beautiful.
I have the Japanese. I bought the Japanese book
Yeah.
as well, and now I can read it.
Focuses a little too much on Skyward Sword for
It
my
does.
taste. I wish.
Well, that is supposed to be the
Wow.
basis for the whole series, right? It's supposed to be the origin.
Eh.
Yeah, but it
And
is
it's a
really
great
nice.
game.
It's a really
Yeah.
pretty quality book there from Dark Horse, and they do great stuff anyway. So as soon as I heard that they were doing it, I was an insta buy for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is. It's
So good.
quite a good book. So.
Did I show you the awesome Japanese game books that friend of the show John Riccardi sent me?
No, what did he send
Oh,
you?
hang on a sec.
Uh-oh.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Now,
Oh, actually, well, I had another book topic to discuss, but is Stuart wearing his pajamas?
oh God! Turn off your camera.
Are you
What?
are you in your jammies?
You're right.
Okay.
Actually, to be fair, these aren't my jammies. I sleep naked.
Isn't it 4 o'clock in the fucking afternoon there?
It's Sunday.
When
Jesus.
CJ started insisting on this video podcast, I wondered.
There was
how
really
long
a
it would take.
50-50 chance there that I stood up and I wasn't wearing any pants. So
Next
So,
week
yeah.
Admittedly,
lacy negligee. That's a request by me.
what
I
there.
can't quite see that.
book is that?
The Sega Arcade History,
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
and of course the companion book, the Sega Consumer History,
Oh,
that's
nice.
that's excellent.
which is, if anyone who doesn't know what these are, these basically go through every bit of. This one goes through every bit of consumer hardware that was ever released by Sega, as well as listing every single game released on that hardware.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. That's super cool.
And then the arcade one, same thing.
Now, are those? Is there any English in those books, or
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so you're sitting there with your little katakana hiragana guide,
Pretty much.
piecing them together.
Yeah.
What could let's see, Soniku? I'm lost. I don't know.
I had to call Kevin Gifford.
Hey, I was going to tell you, Greg. Have you seen the new book that the good folks over at Hardcore Gaming 101 put out?
The Sega Arcade History one.
Yes.
I haven't looked at it. I've been meaning to grab it.
Yeah,
Best page ever, by the way.
what's that?
Nice.
Sega CD.
Oh, there
With
you
the
go.
karaoke attachment on the side,
Oh, look at
of
that.
course.
The one
I-
we never got.
Mike's just shaking his head.
Well, I think he's shaking his head because you forget that this is primarily an audio podcast, so holding things up to the camera and saying, "Here, this is great."
You know, it would
That's
work
why I
exactly the
described it.
same in audio as video as if I were to show you all of the books that I have based on video games.
Hey, look at this.
Hey,
Hey,
that's
look at
great.
this. Look at that.
Pretty awesome.
Look at that
CJ.
thing.
Here, here,
Look at this.
here.
Oh, I thought Phil was going to unzip. There we go. Yeah.
So anyway,
Get a load of this.
Oh, I won these Kirby playing cards from Nintendo for registering the Kirby 20th anniversary collection thing.
really?
Yeah.
How come I didn't win those?
I don't know. I didn't even know that I entered a contest.
I didn't either.
So,
That's lame.
yeah.
Last time I buy a Nintendo product. But Greg,
Yeah,
Greg's paying attention to someone else now.
you're right.
See, I can. Oh, is there a kid coming? There you
All
go.
right.
This
Oh my gosh.
This is the bruiser that people may remember from a video a few weeks ago.
All right.
Beat
Should
the
we
crap
do
out
some
of
more
me.
tweets? We're kind of
Oh, CJ's done with this.
we're off
CJ's
the
so
rails.
over it.
I was going to tell Greg that the hardcore gaming book I broke down and picked up the PDF version, which I think is like $4 or $5.
Oh, really?
To get
I didn't know it was
yeah,
available that way.
Yeah, you can get a PDF edition for just a couple of bucks, and it's really quite good. And
I'm going to have to get that.
I think it's convinced me to spring for the full version at some point. So.
There's some History of Sonic book coming out soon as well, is there not?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I might actually. Yeah, it came out already.
Did it? Is it any
Yeah.
good? Has anyone heard?
I have not seen it yet.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll just put this away.
Yeah. Back in the box.
Let's do this.
Do you have
one.
another tweet, CJ?
I do.
Hurry up, the big game's almost done.
Mike's head has not stopped wagging back and forth for 10 minutes.
Hacker alias.
How much did Mike do this when we were not doing the video podcast? Was he constantly just shaking his head?
Yeah,
at us?
I can see where the long silences, what was happening during the long silences. Now, I thought he might have just been masturbating, but now...
One of the
Shake.
nice features of current iPods is that you can play things at 2 times speed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I used to do that.
Ah,
on this podcast.
okay.
I'm just saying that is a
I
nice
understand.
feature that you
I
can employ.
understand. I see.
I like that. Yeah, it's a good feature.
Go on,
All
Siege.
Hacker alias P.O. Rowe asks, if you are a satisfied 360 owner, why wouldn't you buy a 720 on day one, especially if your live profile transfers across?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm not necessarily currently a satisfied 360 owner. I have been one in the past,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I'm
I would
not
say that
currently
too.
one.
When I loaded up the Skulls of the Shogun demo, I looked at which games I had played on the 360 last, and
Yeah.
it wasn't a whole lot. Like most of my gaming is being done on the PlayStation 3 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got another tweet. Wasn't there one from Mudron that was sort of similar, where he
Mhm.
kind of assumed that we were all day one 360 purchasers and wondered what it would take to get us to buy the next PlayStation? It's
Yeah.
absolutely the inverse for me. I am probably a day one PlayStation purchaser, and Microsoft has something to prove, because
Mhm.
at this point, I feel like they are considerably more committed to entertainment services than they are to games, and games are
Yeah.
what I give a shit about.
That's a
Yeah,
good point.
I mean, think of the last time they really added something to Xbox Live that made you say, "Holy shit! Like this is a great service. I'm glad they're still updating this with new features." I mean, it's been a long time. Like they updated mostly with entertainment features and
Connect integration.
smart glass, which I'm not impressed by at all. So yeah,
Yeah, and in
They
terms
do
of
have a lot.
games, I mean, they've got, I don't know what they have left. They have Gears, Halo, and Forza, and I don't know what's beyond that. And
Yeah.
and
well,
those
and we
three
just got
don't
Gears, Halo,
really arouse
and
me.
Forza in recent months, or Gears comes out very soon. So
Right. Now, what would be awesome is if Microsoft announces their new console and shows like 3 exclusive games from that we didn't even know about. That would
Viva
be awesome.
Pinata.
And
Viva Pinata 2,
New IP even.
yeah, new
Banjo
IP would be
Kazooie
fantastic.
5.
But I just don't even know who would be making them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rare's not doing anything.
They got
They gotta be doing
Avatar.
something, right?
They're building Avatar props.
Yeah, that's all they do.
Yeah.
So I have a question though. How many of you guys are still live subscribers?
me.
Oh, I stopped
I am.
ages ago.
I'm a
There's the three
begrudging
of us.
live subscriber.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
but
mostly-
what I'm-
I
what I'm
was
gonna-
exclusively
demos.
for Madden Online Leagues, and now that Madden Online Leagues are done, I feel stupid that I still have a subscription, basically.
So question though, because one of the rumors they're talking about is that they're going to let you do like a subsidized, if you have like, if you're a live subscriber for X number of years, then you get the system for who knows how much,
Yeah,
$100, let's say. Would that sway you?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Because having the minimal upfront investment when I'm already used to the monthly investment
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
makes it an easy transition for me, even though I feel slightly hypocritical in doing that because Xbox Live hasn't been a good value for me in ages. The fact that I just kind of keep paying it and I'm used to that payment makes it easy.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same boat. I was discussing that with someone yesterday. And if that's the case, where I'm already paying for Live, and for some reason I can't bring myself to stop using Live or
Yeah.
paying for Live.
Yep.
If it was like $100 investment over top of that for something that I'll probably keep a subscription to anyway, I'll probably get it right away.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
funny
are you worried-
considering.
Are you worried at all about Red Ring of Death? Something similar happening in the next generation?
Seems like that's our brave new world, isn't it? I mean, I've had both my major actually I had problems with all 3 consoles this generation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think we all did.
Xbox
Wow.
was the one I had the most problems with.
I haven't had any problems with PlayStation or Wii.
Okay.
I haven't had a single one die on me.
I went through 2 Xboxes, but I've gone through a PlayStation 3 and had issues with the Wii as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yes.
All right, let's do this tweet from Hacker Alias. Well, let's do this one from Jet Pilot, which is actually 3 tweets.
Triple tweet.
Triple tweet. He says, "What do you think Nintendo will do to boost Wii U sales? Announcing games like Zelda several years away isn't enough. Nintendo said that they're taking a stand against a price drop, which has worked so well for Sony's Vita. Nintendo partly blamed poor Wii U sales on lack of third-party games. Is Wii U destined to be just another Mario, Zelda, Metroid box?" So I
Good
think
chance
this
of it.
this kind of goes back to what we were talking about a little bit last week, where the system's been out for only like 4 months, not even, right? And are we expecting too much too early in any of these systems, including 3DS and Vita, because 3DS now is a lot different ecosystem than they were 4 months after launch, right?
Yeah. I'm not worried about Nintendo.
No.
Me neither.
I pretty much buy their stuff thinking, like, you're buying it for Nintendo games. The way I
Exactly.
look at it, I mean, if the next Xbox comes out, or the next PS3, and the third-party support dries up, I'll be shocked and disappointed. But
Yeah.
kind of the opposite for the Wii U. It's like if the third-party support comes really strong on the Wii U, then that's a bonus over what I was expecting out of the system anyway.
The
Yeah.
cool thing is, and was with the Wii also, they may not get like the flood of third-party support, but the people who actually get it and kind of catch the vision and latch onto it and release games that take advantage of it, it's great. Like there were a ton of really cool third-party games on the Wii that understood how to make the most of that system. And
You just had to find them.
I was glad to have
Yeah.
them. Exactly. Yeah.
And the Enthusiast Press did a terrible job covering them.
Totally. And the same thing is true for the Wii U. Like, people are going to figure out ways to make the tablet work with the console in ways that are fantastic, and that's what will make me want their games, but there won't be a ton of them, probably.
Right.
Yeah,
There'll be
I
a lot of
mean,
map screens.
I think exactly. I think all of us are going to get either a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox 720, and at that point, do you need the multi-platform series coming out on the Wii U also? Like, who would buy the Wii U version of Dead Space 4?
Depends on what that tablet could do, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just looking at historically the way that these multi-platform games have supported any kind of new hardware gimmick, it's, to me, I'm not even really counting any of that stuff. I bought the system for Nintendo's exclusive games and for the second parties that make games for Nintendo, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yep, me too.
Does Nintendo have to win the next generation? I don't think so. I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that Zelda's not going to come out for it.
Exactly. As long as Nintendo's still supporting it, I'm fine.
I would assume that Nintendo will keep supporting it.
I would assume.
That's my Pactor-like prediction.
Yes. All right. Hacker alias RichBrad38 asks, last game you played that surprised you, i.e. you were expecting it to be rubbish and it was great, or vice versa? Me, it was Kingdoms of Amalur.
I've already said mine twice this episode. Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Sticker Star, along with the Wii Paper Mario that came out, has actually relegated that series to a try before you buy for me now. It used to be I would buy a Paper Mario game, no questions asked. And I'm so disappointed in Sticker Star that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm going to go the other direction with mine and say that I thought Sleeping Dogs looked like a generic, forgettable GTA ripoff, and it turned out to be, in my mind, I enjoyed playing it a lot more than playing most GTA games. So
Yeah.
that game was awesome.
I'm going to go Crackdown 2.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting that to be great, and wow, that was shit.
It's funny because the original Crackdown was the complete opposite. Nobody expected anything of that game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
God,
Sequel to another one coming out soon, the last Castlevania game. I didn't have high expectations for that, and I ended up absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
CJ didn't play it, and he hated it.
The demo was awful. Anyway.
Your face is awful. How's that?
How was the demo of Ni no Kuni?
Yeah,
Also
not good. Not good. I'm going to say Little Big Planet karting.
What?
I'm going to
which
say
way? Which
I'm going
way
to
is
make
this?
love to your face with a hammer.
Were you
But wait,
expecting it to be rubbish and it was great, or is it the
Explain
other?
it.
Yes.
He hasn't played it. He doesn't know.
No, I haven't played it.
He's just trying to piss me off.
And it worked.
You
You know how this works.
I was doing a callback.
Callback.
To last episode. With all the...
Did you actually have an answer?
You guys kind of took all mine. Oh, you know what? I will say Bioshock 2.
There you go.
One I thought was going to be good, and then
That hurts.
I really didn't.
Phil
like
is
it.
just trying to piss everybody
How are
off.
you you're just wrong? I don't understand how
Bioshock 2 is
this
not a
doesn't
good
seem like a
game.
question where you could be wrong, but yet
Bioshock
you've
2
done
is
it.
not a good game. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that
I'm
you
sorry.
think that.
I'm sorry that it's accurate.
This is why you can't get a job as a teacher.
Yeah. That's the first thing they ask.
Thoughts on Bioshock 2?
Thoughts on Bioshock?
It's not that good.
Get out of here.
Not that good.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We have qualified candidates waiting in line behind you.
Yeah.
All right. Hagerilius Old Gallian asks, have you ever played through a critically panned game just because you couldn't believe a video game could get so bad? And of course I have. Too Human. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have, and that wasn't that bad. I
No,
mean, it was
that's
bad,
not
but
bad.
it was fun.
Yes.
I want to say that I have just because we spend a whole lot of time on this show talking about how stupid the enthusiast press is for hating games that are actually good, and vice versa. So I'm guessing I have, but I can't think of a title off the top of my head.
Well, one that got pretty lousy reviews that I actually found a lot of good things in was Alpha Protocol. I liked that game quite a lot. It was not, most of the stuff that it got beat up on for was warranted, but it did a whole lot of things better than games like Mass Effect that, are lauded for their choices and dialogue system and that, and I thought Alpha Protocol did that much, much better.
Hey, buddy.
Yes.
I played through that crappy Leisure Suit Larry game.
Oh, yeah.
The first crappy Leisure Suit Larry game. The Magna Cum
Magna
Laude.
Cum...
Yeah, come loudly. Yeah. Yeah. That was a terrible game.
Yeah,
All
I don't
right.
like to play bad games intentionally though. Like I don't derive a whole lot of enjoyment out of the so bad it's good kind of.
Right.
Yeah, what about
I
Deadly
rarely find
Premonition?
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hated
Deadly
that fucking game. That game is garbage. I played it for like 6 hours waiting to find the so bad it's good part, and it turned out it was just so bad it's bad.
What about One Chanbara, huh? That was just a bad game. I didn't really like that one at all.
I haven't played that.
Yeah, I had heard that it was just kind of so bad that it's bad.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Unlike the Earth Defense Force, where it's kind of bad, but it's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oni Shambara is just flat out bad.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Mixed Up Zombies. There's a question from Mr. Seward. I would like to know if the new region movement content integration for 360 worked for Greg.
I saw this tweet last night, and I hadn't tried it yet, so I checked it out last night, and it was really painless. It was
Nice.
very simple.
This is for migrating your Xbox account to a different region.
Yeah.
So all of
a
your
service that
content
should have
comes
been
with you?
around about 6 years ago.
Hmm.
Apparently it does. I guess there's some content that won't transfer, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I would assume there is some stuff that is not exactly region free, right? Because that
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks.
But otherwise, it was pretty painless.
Cool.
So
Nice.
I wish I'd had this service, 7 years ago or whatever,
When you could have actually used it.
when I could have used it. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, Hacker Alias Kurubutashi says, reflecting back on this generation, what would any of you say your chances are or interest in owning both new consoles?
Depends on the games.
Yeah, that's
Show me
really
some
it.
games and I'll tell you the answer.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to for me as well. Although
Yes, it does.
I'm interested in the games, but I'm also interested in sort of these ancillary features, like how much improved is Xbox Live going to be? What's the streaming and sharing thing in the PlayStation 4 going to be like? Like that stuff is important to me now.
Yeah, I'm
and-
interested in those things, but they will not prompt a purchase.
Oh, no.
Games will prompt a purchase.
Yeah, games are going to prompt the purchase, but I definitely want to see what some of these other features are. Because on the Wii U, off-TV play for me has changed a lot of my expectations. And Miiverse, I love the Miiverse on the Wii U. Like, are either Microsoft or Sony going to have some sort of answer for either of those things? It'll just be interesting to see.
I agree with all of that, and realistically, I think I'll end up owning both.
Yeah.
I probably will as well.
Probably will.
If I'm
but-
being honest, yes, especially if one of them is subsidized, so it's like, oh, I can get 2
Yeah.
consoles and only spend $500. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, what are your ceilings on the prices of these new consoles? Like,
That's a good question.
However much I can hide from my wife.
I want to say that I'm hoping there will be a $400 model of the PlayStation, especially considering that it's more off the shelf this time.
well,
But
that's the rumor,
who
right?
knows? Yeah.
It's the rumor.
Huh.
Yeah. All right.
400 is about right for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up with this one. Hagrilius USF H-Bomb says, favorite Super Bowl food?
That's an easy one. It's
What's
the
that?
goddamn 7-layer dip. Always the
7-layer
7-layer dip. Yep. 7-layer dip is the best.
I'm going to go with Little Smokies drowning in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, we'll be having those today as well. That is a classic.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm always a fan of the pizza. Super Bowl pizza. Like some
I don't
Papa
know if
John's
I've
or
ever
some
had
shit.
pizza for the Super Bowl. I also don't know if I call
Breadsticks.
Papa John's pizza.
Well, there's that too. Maybe some Chicago style. I'm all about that.
I don't like Chicago-style pizza.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah,
Get off
yeah.
this podcast!
Thin, crispy crust like they do it in Napoli, my friend.
That is heresy.
That is heresy.
Weird.
That's where pizza comes from, you dumbass.
Pizza comes from your butt.
It was put there by a man in a factory. Or no, that's Peaches.
I would also accept New York style pizza. Either one. Either one of those.
Well, that's thin crust.
Well, it's not thin crust like you're talking about.
No.
Greg,
Anyway.
What?
what
Favorite
kind of
Super
food do you
Bowl
like
food?
to eat during Super Bowls?
I don't know.
Really?
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Smart choice. Good man. Good man.
Donaires. Yeah, there you go. I want a
Just
donaire.
said Donaires, exactly.
Poutine.
Poutine, there you go.
Poutine's too cliche. You say, oh, he's Canadian. He must love poutine. No. I mean, I do love poutine. But
Craft
Yeah,
dinner.
see?
craft dinner.
Alrighty, that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question or comment or would like to share anything with us that you might want to, I don't know, up to you. You can
Stumbling
tweet
and
that
fumbling.
to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. We've got posts there. Sometimes Generation 16 episodes will be hosted there.
Yeah.
I just finished the second generation in Phantasy Star 3.
Hey,
Getting there.
congratulations.
Very nice.
It's
And
painful.
there is a message board where you can discuss this very episode with us and our other listeners.
And come meet the characters in the P1P RPG.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
true.
Bona fide
Yeah.
celebrities.
Yep.
One and all.
Something.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99
Cheap.
to pick up a Player One Podcast iPhone application. It gives you one-touch communication with us via the voicemails, the emails, Twitters, what have you. You also have our past every episode ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening as well. That's same $1.99.
Also cheap.
There we go. You can find that right there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. You can also check us out on the Stitcher. You can also check us out live on a video broadcast most weeks on the YouTubes.
Where you can see
Yeah.
my jammies.
You can see Stuart in his
If you're lucky.
jammies. Yep.
Next week, a
And-
teddy. I want a teddy. Black, lace, something
Stuart's
crotchless
Stuart's
underneath.
reaching
Oh.
for it. He's going for it. He's got one handy.
He's got a teddy bear. There we go.
Oh, is that
Who
a
didn't see that coming?
Pooh Bear?
That looks like it is a Christmas decoration that has not yet been put away.
Yeah.
Just like the tree.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. There we go. It's Christmas in February at the Seward household.
It's Christmas all year round.
I guess so. So follow our Twitter to find out when we are doing our next live show. CJ,
Right. Yes.
thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
As
You can
always.
go watch the Puppy Bowl with some pizza.
Yeah. What
Having the
pizza you
Bud
getting?
Bowl.
Bud Bowl.
Do they not do the Bud Bowl anymore?
That's what I'm
I don't
asking. What
think
happened
so.
to it?
I don't think so. It's been at least 15 years since they did the Bud Bowl.
Greg,
Yo,
thank you for joining us.
thank you for having me.
I am always happy
To have me?
to have you.
All right.
Mike,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
You have never had me.
Give it time, buddy.
You've had his body, but not his spirit.
What does your shirt say, Mike? It has Japanese writing on it.
It says.
You are
Is that
not
what it
ready.
says? That's what this says over here. I don't know
It
what
says
this says.
PlayStation. Yes.
This says, what kind of a nerd would own a book about video games? Oh, wait, I'm wearing a t-shirt. That's why
Yeah.
I shut up so quickly.
That's if
There
you're
you
a
go.
member of the, what is it?
Oh, Club PlayStation or whatever that was, right?
PlayStation. Yeah, I have that.
that's where
Oh,
they shut
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Ah,
That went a long way.
Yeah, I got free shit out of it. What do I care?
Yeah, I did too. Great.
I don't think I ever was a part of Club PlayStation.
Club PlayStation has helped me be fashion forward.
Clearly. Okay.
Next
See
week.
everyone next week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Toodaloo.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.